Alright, so boom. This next anime is about a high school MMA tournament. I guess you could say MMA, but you were allowed to use real weapons. So it's just a fighting tournament. The main character is Jim Mori. Apparently, he's like that. His grandpa is some super powerful dude, and usually in anime, strength is damn near hereditary. From the first episode, you can see a common anime trope. The main character has to go somewhere important, and they wake up late for it. Instead of heading straight towards the place, they get distracted by someone less fortunate and want to help them. So boom, Mori is helping this old lady get her purse back from a purse snatcher. And obviously, this was a way for the show to introduce all the main characters. This is where we met Mori and Handawi, and they ended up assisting Mori in stopping the purse snatcher. It then turns out they were all participating in the tournament together. The first round of the tournament was a free-for-all. It helped to separate the like that's from the not like that's, and the rest of the episode was about main characters showing off their strength. The tournament commissioners realized they needed a way to get rid of more fighters. They then had this inmate join the fight. Sometimes I be watching this show and I forget that this is supposed to be a high school tournament. Cause why does this inmate look like a grown man, bruh? In an anime, people don't have facial hair if they're not adults. So for this nigga to have like a little something growing on his face, that would make him a grown man. Like, make it make sense. Also, this dude is Asian with dreads. Isn't that like cultural appropriation? Cause he's not black. No way they made him black and put him in jail. That would be racist. BLM. Anyways, Mori fights a little until Mira snaps his neck for taking his sword. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Anyways, the rest of the tournament goes like this. Mori, Dawi, and Mira are thems. They cook up crazy, not gonna lie. They had some pretty fire fights, and they basically rent the whole tournament. They also were fighting handicap a couple times due to Mori and Dawi. And if I'm being honest, these fights were animated extremely well, and they didn't repeat scenes, which is something a lot of people say about DBZ and how they recycle a lot of their fight scenes. Anyways, so boom. Turns out the whole time the tournament was some sort of ritual to awaken these keys. So it was a way to force the fighters into situations that was almost life or death, so their innate abilities could come out. You know how people say like when you are stressed your best comes out? So that would be the same for the situation. I think it was also a way to see who had the most insane amount of growth from the fight, because that would possibly mean that that person had the key. Apparently the key gives the holder some type of added strength. Next thing you know, Park Ilipio, this character that knew Mori's grandpa, now possessed the key. Honestly, besides knowing that it makes the holder stronger, we know pretty little about it. But apparently, it's really important for something. So this whole group is trying to take it for some sort of ritual to have God come down to Earth. They started a ritual and they began hunting for the key. And we know that Ilipio had the key, and they started attacking him as a result. Jagal Taik was the attacker. It started looking like Ilipio had the upper hand, but as all anime do so often, they flipped the tables and Taik ended up extracting the key. He didn't end up getting full possession of the key, so that started a game of capture the key. Believe it or not, while this is happening, the US government sent 567 nuclear missiles to South Korea. Yeah, I thought them niggas was great. So boom, Mori ends up getting the key, and that's when Mujin, the head boss commissioner of the tournament, hears about the missiles and realizes he can't do nothing about it if the high schoolers were still there. So he teleports them, including Taik, to some remote location. So now Taik is on the prowl looking for the key. He finds Mori and starts boxing, and Taik is giving this nigga work. He ends up constricting my dog and taking the key. He ends up eating the key, you could say eat, and he becomes one with it. Now he turns into the angel demon looking thing. So now he started giving everyone work. Mira, Dawi, Mori, all of them was getting work. Then Mori turned into the Monkey King. This is pretty important because the ability system they got in this show is called Charyok. Basically, it borrows the power of a god. What's so different about Mori is he's not borrowing anything because those are his powers. Apparently, he is the Monkey King. Anyways, he gets his powers and dog walks Taik, but in shonen anime fashion. Taik fully turns into a demon and takes Dawi, Mori, and Mira and Elipio to finish him off. Pause. In the end, Tai gets fully eaten by the demon and dissipates, and the key is turned into fragments. Well, with that, the tournament is officially over, and the leader of the six, basically a group of super powerful dudes, comes out. The person who's supposed to grant the wish of the winner of the tournament. Mira and Dawi both say they didn't want their wish anymore, and they gave it to Mori. Mori obviously wanted to see his grandpa again, but as a W man, he decides to help everyone. He goes on to wish that everyone be healed. Everyone who had been hurt in the fight became whole again. The season ends with Elipio going off to search for the key fragments, and Dawi, Mira, and Mori going out to unseal Mori's memories, his Monkey King memories. This was one of the best anime I've watched, and I must say Mori is him. My dog was out there walking everyone in fights. If you want a good shonen anime with nice fighting scenes, I would most definitely recommend this anime for sure. Not sure when this next season is coming out, but I'm sure it's going to be just as fire. Hopefully we find out what Mori's memories are and where the grandpa is. Don't let this recap stop you from watching the anime though. Go and watch it and build your own opinion. Until next time, peace.